Hello, as always, from the Halliburton Highlands, July 20th. I know my last apologies. Uh, Check that notice coming in. Anyways, my apologies. I didn't make any notes on this. The introduction wasn't real smooth. I don't think this one's going to be a whole lot better. But if you're not in one of the countries that is part of or considering part of being the b.r.i.c.s alliance, you may well go, well, what's this concern me? I'm in Canada. I don't care. Or I'll say Ireland or Australia, whatever. Well, because of the US dollar. That's why. As an example, over the last couple of years, France was caught dumping the US dollar, lessening the amount of US dollar, well, American bonds in essence, that they keep in their Federal Reserve for world exchange. This shouldn't need explained. It's been going on since the Second World War, and of course the US dollar and just about everybody else went off the gold standard in 1971. So, anyways, let's say it was a full 2 years ago, I'm not exactly sure, and I forget the amount that France was caught dumping, again, US Treasury notes that they're not keeping in reserve. Well, the US Fed has to buy those back unless somebody else buys them. But other countries have evidently been dumping the US Treasury bonds as well. I think it was about a year ago, maybe a little more, Japan was caught dumping US notes again. And they have a weird deal with the states where through US Treasury notes, America basically supports their Navy, maybe their entire military, as a show of strength against China. So this would have been kind of diplomatically frowned upon, I think. But I just list those two countries as examples. And it should be noted that not only did France get caught dumping, recently their leader, Macron, asked if he could attend the big meeting in Johannesburg with the b.r.i.c.s alliance next month in August. Kind of portrays a trend, doesn't it? So as we look at the countries that have shown interest, are applying, and will continue to show interest and will continue to apply, we're getting to more than half of the globe, both in mass and in people and in money. This has got to put a crimp in the US Fed's dollar value. How can it not? The complexities of that, how the US Fed works, all that US money business, way beyond my scope and scale. I'm not even going to attempt to go there. I'm not the only one who thinks this is going to really put a whammy into Uncle Sam's wallet, let's say. Although I see lots of other people who say, no, the US dollar has always been the world currency. It's not going to change. Well, it sure does look like it's changing. Looks like it to be. Let's not forget what happened 2 years ago when Biden said he'd turn the Russian ruble into rubble, and the exact opposite happened. It went up in value. No sooner had Sleepy Joe opened his mouth, it seems. And if you go back into my videos, don't bother. I predicted at the time, I said, well, Russia and China are just going to start dealing with each other. And sure enough, they did, have, and are. India is the big winner in all this, but I'm going to leave that for another video. Saudi Arabia just signed like a 18, 19, 20 item contract deal with China to trade in the Chinese yuan. No more petrodollar in the middle of that. Just after Sleepy Joe had gone there trying to work a deal, and the Saudis gave him an ice cream cone and sent him home. Relations with the Saudis have gone downhill big time in the Biden administration. Saudi Arabia, 17% of the world's oil reserves. Or is that 17% of oil sales in the world? One or the other. It's not chump change anyways. And most of the other oil countries down there, Iran and Iraq for sure, are interested in the b.r.i.c.s alliance deal, if not already trading with China again, not using Uncle Sam's petrodollar. Looks like Turkey's in on the b.r.i.c.s alliance. I mentioned them just because they're a surprisingly big player. Look at the land mass, the people, and the economy. I'm not going to go into numbers and details. We forget about Turkey, other than they changed the spelling of their name recently. So anyways, I see I'm rambling on in this video and still haven't kind of nailed anything down really here. But I think this is a big deal. And, well, I'll leave the video here. And I think I'll film another real quick one right now just before I get driven in by the, what sounds like rain a-coming.